Thank you, respected dignitaries. It's my privilege to invite Dr. Manjunath Sharma, Honorable Vice Chancellor of S-VYASA University, a distinguished leader and visionary in the field of integrative education and research. Sir, we request you to kindly welcome the gathering.
Namaste to everyone. A proud day for all of us to be here in S-VYASA new campus, what we call it as S-VYASA city campus. This campus has become complete today, though we had an official inaugural ceremony on the 3rd of this month. And the people sitting here today and the people assembled both on the dais and off the dais have got that life energy needed for this campus, and it's my privilege to welcome each one of you assembled over here today. We are here for a very special event. When we talk to our students particularly, so which book are you carrying today from the library to read? Okay, so they say that not one book, sir, many books. I don't see any books in their hands. So then they say that today is the world of, it's a digital world, and we have everything in my mobile phone. How did we reach here from that customary conventional way of reading things to where we are? That's the technology part. The book which is going to be released today has all those special ingredients for future generations who can adopt into this new technology, not just for any one area, but several of them. This particular book, called The Road Ahead 2.0, is inspired by the works of Bill Gates, the co-founder and former CEO of Microsoft, along with two of his colleagues from Microsoft, which was titled as The Road Ahead, which was published in 1995. The Road Ahead summarized the implications of the personal computing revolution and described a future profoundly changed by the arrival of a global superhighway. I am talking about 1995. We know the revolution and the development and updates taken in this field for these last 3 decades. It is supernatural. It is not just natural, it is supernatural. Today, we all come together to celebrate the launch of the book titled The Road Ahead 2.0, authored by Professor T.G. Sitaram and Yogi Kocherji. It's very appropriate for us to have both the authors here. Both of them are connected with this institution for quite some time. It's on our special request, Honorable Chairman of AICTE agreed to launch his book at S-VYASA campus because there is a very close connectivity with this book and this institution. This book is going to provide a very significant contribution in this field. This publication explores how artificial intelligence will impact the world in near future. First and foremost, I wish to express my deepest gratitude to Professor T.G. Sitaram, the chairman of AICTE, also somebody who has held many positions earlier. If I start listing the number of positions what Sitaram sir had held, probably the book releasing ceremony has to be postponed to the afternoon. That means the vast amount of knowledge base, experience with which Dr. Sitaram has come to the present position through which he is transforming education through AICTE. It's also our privilege to have somebody who led an IIT, who led n number of organizations coming from an IIC to begin with, who has spent his time in Canada to all other parts including US before coming back to India, serving Indian Institute of Science for decades. When we were just talking few months back with Sitaram sir, he said that there is something major contribution coming to the youngsters of the next generation. So then he revealed that this is what which is going to become a game changer, and we are so privileged to have somebody like Professor T.G. Sitaram to accept our invitation, not only to be here today, but also to agree to release his own book, which is co-authored with Professor Yogi Kochar, to unveil the same thing at our campus. Privileged to have you over here, sir. Welcome to you. Yogesh Kochar ji, very nicely, it fits in very well, Yogesh ji, to this campus. You have made it as Yogi Kochar ji. So this is the place where yoga and Eastern wisdom meets Western wisdom. Whatever you saw few minutes back, that's what S-VYASA stands for. We believe in combining the best of the Eastern wisdom with the best of the Western wisdom. That's what Swami Vivekananda told, and we believe in the teachings of Swami Vivekananda. And of course, not only just bringing this book, Yogi Kochar ji, he has his multiple hats to wear. I was just looking at his short CV. If you look at the short CV of Professor Sitaram and short CV of Yogi Kochar ji, I don't know if many people write their long CVs, it may not meet the short CVs of these two eminent personalities who have written this book, which will be released today. Just very one or two things to mention. Very important thing what I felt I should mention here is his contributions to, as a founder, to Your One Life organization, a most acclaimed EdTech venture and acknowledged by United Nations and awarded a special award at the British Parliament. A big round of applause to Yogi Kochar ji. He has multiple professional attributes. He has industrial experience ranging from tea to hospitality to telecommunication to infrastructure, e-commerce, etc. And he has met all the geographical boundaries, and he has contributed in several places. And something nice to see here is he is also a sports savvy and adventure savvy person who spends a lot of his time into multiple other activities. Writing this book along with Professor T.G. Sitaram is our privilege to welcome Yogi Kochar ji. We also have Dr. K. Gopalakrishnan, the founder director. Yeah. Can you guys hear me? Just bear with me for maybe few seconds. Thank you. So we have with us hello. Thank you. We have with us Dr. K.P. Gopalakrishna, the founder and chairman of National Public Schools. Anybody who has not heard of National Public School? How many of you have studied in National Public School? Okay. Some of you, because we have a good number of students coming from outside Bangalore. So it's not just a brand for education, but it leaves the legacy of education in India. Gopalakrishna ji is known for his forethought, high standards, and focus on academic excellence. With over 5 decades of experience in education, he has transformed the landscape of education in this country. Privilege to have you over here, sir. Welcome you. We also have Professor Chadagopan. Of course, once again, I'm not picking all the hats what Professor Chadagopan has had earlier. Some of the major contributions with which at least Bangaloreans we remember is he brought in the triple IT to this place. And if we proudly say that if we don't have an IIT here, we have a better institution which was brought by Professor Sadagopan to Bangalore, which is triple IT. And this has started in 1999 and was the first of the infotech specific institutions envisioned by the government. He is a prolific writer for mainstream media, and he serves as a prominent columnist for the Times of India as well, which is recognized as the largest circulated English daily, as well as various other media agencies. Why I mentioned this in particular is there are many academicians who deliver as part of academic contributions are concerned. But here is an individual who believes in reaching that academic excellence to public, reaching that academic excellence to somebody who is in need of that. That's the greatest contribution. He is the biggest mentor, not only of all other institutions, but to S-VYASA University as well. Officially, we will be requesting Sir to guide us to take this institution to the heights whatever you can conceive and you can demand. Welcome you for this wonderful event, sir. We also have Dr. Kulkarni, the Vice Chancellor of Reva University. Reva University has made all the big name, and once again it has given a new kind of a recognition to Bangalore. We feel so proud that there is Reva University in Bangalore, and we also have certainly looking at how we can take this whole collaboration forward, because they are looking at a technology on one side and bringing all other dimensions to education very seriously. We are looking forward to our collaborations with this organization, this university, for all our future collaborations, sir. Thank you very much being here. We welcome the team of Reva University along with the Vice Chancellor here. We have Dr. K.K. Shaju, so the Vice Chancellor of Kannur University. With an extensive background, he has previously served as the head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Cochin University of Science and Technology, presently transforming education in this very prominent university in Kerala. This campus of S-VYASA City Campus in particular has lots in connection with Kerala, and that made us to seriously think that we should have more extensive collaborations with the universities in Kerala. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and to be here. Welcome you, sir. We have such eminent personalities. Once again, difficult to take the names of each one of you, because the welcome speech always becomes a keynote address when you want to really recognize the contributions and people who are present for events of this nature, because such eminent personalities are here today. I was just, there is a panel discussion immediately after this session. We have people who are who's who in various disciplines. We have people like, for example, P.P. Sunilji, head India and South Asia, Amazon India. We have Sandeep Ghosh, who is editor of Outlook magazine. We have Dilip Thakurji, executive editor of Education World. We have Priya Madhavanji, the consultant of NASCOM, joining here today with us. We have Satish Ji, senior director of LTI Mindtree, Actually, a small story behind it is this place earlier was belonging to none other than LTA Mindtree. So they know each and every inch of this place, and we have a very good relationship with the founders, co-founders of Mindtree earlier, even presently supporting all our research activities. It's always a privilege to welcome all the other people who have assembled over here today, particularly the executive officers of this university, Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhan Samsthana, including the Pro Vice Chancellor, Registrar. We have Anish Antony, the Executive Director, all the deans, HODs, faculty members of the School of Advanced Studies, and students of the School of Advanced Studies whose presence has made this event a realistic, successful event today. I also welcome all other guests who have come from several other universities and institutions for today's event. When the book of our chairman of AACT is getting released, this information was not spread. Otherwise, this place was not sufficient for us to have this event, because he is such a popular person, and many institutions, in fact, approached us checking about the date and time. Then, because of this short notice, they said that we are going to have one more event. So we are looking forward to all those extensive activities which we are going to take up after this event with many other organizations and institutions. I extend my sincere welcome to the representatives of the media. I had an interaction with the media representatives here just before coming to the event. Thank you very much. You are the ones who connect institutions with the public and with everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Our dedicated team members who have put lot of efforts in organizing this event, supportive parents, our stakeholders, and well-wishers of S-VYASA. S-VYASA is more than just an academic institution. It is a nurturing, we intend to provide a nurturing environment that focuses on cultivating individuals and engage them into meaningful community development process. On this momentous day, I am honored to share the exciting news of a transformative partnership what S-VYASA University is going to have one of the biggest industry leader. We are proud to announce the creation of an IBM Center of Excellence at S-VYASA School of Advanced Studies, the details of which will be shared subsequently with the team IBM, with all of you. Thank you very much for this certain gesture what you have shown in creating this infrastructure over at S-VYASA campus. As we start this new chapter, I am looking forward for everyone's support, backup, and enthusiasm to help us thrive and reach our goals. Today, we all come together to celebrate the launch of the book titled The Road Ahead 2.0, authored by Professor T.G. Sitaram and Yogi Kocherji. This significant publication explores how artificial intelligence will impact the world ahead of time to come and how it is going to guard the rails required together with the massive reorientation of mindsets that has been admired by several eminent national and international scientists, educationists, thinkers, and world leaders, such as those from United Nations itself. In this book, you will experience a unique form of metaphorical alchemy. With its 70-plus concise chapters, a diverse array of global activities is transformed and refined through the lens of artificial intelligence. We sincerely wish for the success of the book, The Road Ahead 2.0, and believe it will significantly contribute to the advancing of our society in understanding the implications of artificial intelligence. There are many clues what you get when you just glance at the initial pages of this book, okay, which intend to go through, if you intend to go through this, just a glimpse of it to you. It says either adapt or adopt for the times which are demanding in nature, perish and fade like footprints in the sand. No matter how you toss, this sauce is different boss. So this is what has been beautifully narrated by the authors. Let us welcome the Road Ahead 2.0 to this world. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Dr. Manjunath, sir. We now call on Professor Dr. T.G. Sitaram, Chairman of All India Council for Technical Education, Government of India, a distinguished academician, researcher, and a visionary leader. He has been driving transformative changes in technical education across the country. Prior to this, Sir served as the director of IIT Guwahati, where he spearheaded significant advancements in academics and research. An alumnus of IISc Bangalore and the University of Waterloo, Canada, he has held prestigious positions at global institutions, including the University of Texas at Austin, United States. His research credentials include over 500 publications, 20 books, and more than 9,750 citations. Professor Sitaram's expertise has been instrumental in shaping national infrastructure projects, including the Ram Temple Foundation in Ayodhya and the Chenab Rail Bridge in Jammu and Kashmir. He is also recognized among the world's top 2% scientists by Stanford University. His contributions have earned him numerous accolades, including the Sir C.V. Raman Young Scientist Award and Sir M. Vishweshwaraya Senior Scientist Award. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Professor Dr. T.G. Sitaram, sir, to deliver the keynote address.
It's a privilege to have Professor Sitaram. Personally welcome him. But my apologies. The two people, the two pillars of the organization, Guruji and Professor Subramaniam. Guruji is the president of S-VYASA Society. Big round of applause. We are here purely because of Guruji. And the Chancellor, who is also believed to be the Bhishma Pitamaha of our campus, Professor K. Subramaniam. These are the two individuals who have dreamt of this institution. Pujya Guruji, he is the visionary, the true founder of this organization, and who has given all the vision for us to come to this stage where we are today. And we always think that without their ideology, guidance, and the future planning, we can never think of this. If education has taken a new turn for S-VYASA, bringing engineering, management as well as commerce, it's the vision of Guruji which has made us think about these areas. A big round of applause to these two pillars of the organization, because of whom we are inviting Professor T.G. Sitaramanji. Thank you.
Very good afternoon to all of you. Ellarigu namaskara. Respected Padma Shri Dr. H.R. Nagendra Guruji, the President of S-VYASA, Professor K. Subramaniam, Chancellor, S-VYASA University, Dr. K.P. Gopalakrishna, Founder and Chairman of NPS, Professor Sadagopan, Founder Director of IIITB, Dr. Kulkarni, Vice Chancellor, Reva University, Dr. K.K. Saju, Vice Chancellor, Kannur University, Dr. Manjunath Sharma, Vice Chancellor, S-VYASA University, Mr. Anish Anthony, Executive Director, School of Advanced Studies, S-VYASA University, where we are all sitting, And my co-author, Mr. Yogesh Kochar, known as A.V. Kochar, he calls himself as AI evangelist, but I will call him as real yogi. And all the distinguished people who have assembled in this hall, and friends, and all the students of S-VYASA University, and distinguished audience who have gathered here in this hall, and most importantly, my family. Dr. Anuradha is here, my wife, and my son Aditya Bhargava is here, and my daughter Arundhati is here, and my mother-in-law also is here, Jayalakshmi Hande. I would like to thank all of them and also welcome here. This Road Ahead 2.0 is a book which we started thinking about 9 months back. Myself and Yogi had several long discussions, and very early in the morning he used to show up at my house because I never used to have time after 7:30. So he used to show up at our house over a cup of coffee. I used to give him a South Indian filter coffee in Delhi, cold winters, okay, and also some nipattu, okay, and it is introduced to him because he did not know about that. So we had spent a lot of time deliberating, discussing, and bringing in this shape today. I would like to place on record his contribution, extensive contribution, in not only helping to conceive this idea and also pen this together, but most importantly, he took single-hand responsibility formatting himself and printing himself through a printer. That's amazing work he has done. So thanks to also, we have Dilip Thakure from Education World for agreeing to be, put this book through that Education World. Thank you very much. Friends, The Road Ahead is a book. As you know, Manjunath Sharma told you, 1995, Bill Gates wrote this book, co-authored with Nathan and Peter of his colleagues. In that book, Gates shared his vision of the future of technology, particularly the impact of personal computing and the internet on the business, education, and daily life. So it's almost 30 years, or 30 years, 1995, 30 years. So we have seen whatever he has said has become the truth, the reality. It has changed, the world has changed. So friends, we all know, whenever technology has come, it has disrupted. We're starting with even the wheels, okay, and then printing press has really changed the way we think about it, and then the computers in the 80s, I think many of us remember, at least I was very young, when computers came in, most of the banking people went on strike, okay, saying that their jobs will be vanished. So that's the same thing is happening now. AI has come and there is a fear among all the people that AI is going to take away all the job. But let me assure you, before I start anything else, artificial intelligence is not taking any jobs away. It will, only thing you have to remember, if a person doesn't get acquainted, adopt AI, those who don't adopt himself to AI, those jobs will be taken by people who have really good in AI. That means it is people between people. It is nothing, AI is not going to take away anything. So that message, I think, has to be registered with all of us in mind. Gates' predictions, what he penned in 1995, have come true. Though some aspects like interactive wallet PCs, replacing credit cards, all of these evolved differently. It has evolved, actually modified, and looked at it today. We are all actually most of the transactions we are doing with GPay, PhonePe and all that. So that means we have really advanced than what Gates thought about. And today India has really transformed itself in digital public infrastructure creation. World is really mesmerized with the kind of, very huge public digital infrastructures what we have created. Starting with Aadhaar, then linking it to many of them. We can talk about the QR codes, that is UPI transactions, and Ayushman Bharat health data, and many such initiatives. I can keep on giving you examples. And this book, what we are thinking of, what we have brought out in these 2 volumes, is how artificial intelligence is going to change our future. We have also sort of predicted many things, saying that first and foremost being a professor and also a regulator of engineering and management education in the country, all the professional courses including BBA, BCA, I am going to tell you that this AI is real, is already with us, and it is going to change the way teaching and learning is going to happen in the future. The conventional teaching is going to vanish. There will be a lot of new things we're going to surface with this technology. So watch out, the role of teachers will be changed. Friends, some people call this as artificial intelligence. It is also called, it's not a very new technology. 1950s itself, it has come. If I remember myself got into this early 2000, many of my PhD students at Indian Institute of Science has worked on neural networks, artificial neural networks. We used to use extensively, particularly where I work with soil, grains, and then sand, materials. These are very highly heterogeneous and very difficult to really even find the properties. So in such materials, it's always the neural networks have played an important role. Okay, we even adopted very early in 2015-16 deep learning into geotechnical engineering problems. Okay, we have several books actually in that called Intelligent Model Application to Civil Engineering. But I was very happy when Yogesh Kochar came to me saying that we need to do something, sir, this is disrupting the world and also India is going to be losing out. Then we had several debates, discussions where he was putting his thoughts in a way it was almost we are very scared. He was putting a situation which is putting me into almost in the dark age. But I then have to transform that to a positive approach, saying that there is a lot for India. I also told him this artificial, there is nothing artificial about it. This, I called this very early, called augmented intelligence. Reality of this technology is it will enhance all of us. And instead of artificial intelligence, I think we will augment our intelligence. That's why I called it augmented intelligence. AI is an augmented intelligence, and it learns not just the different people's intelligence, also it learns with time. Something which is done several thousands of years is also the data is fed. This models learn all those things and puts a new thought in front of you. But what is worry, as this has taken a role of even, I have to tell you this story. When I joined AICTE, I was one day sitting at the same time ChatGPT was also released. I asked ChatGPT to write a poem about AICTE activities, because I spent most of my time at Indian Institute of Science and then IIT, so I didn't know what AICTE does. I asked ChatGPT to tell me what is this AICTE does, so where can we do some progress. Believe me, in 22 seconds, a beautiful poem was in front of me in 4 stanzas and 4-line sheets, covering the entire activities of AICTE, what we do, what for we are doing this, and how when we started all that, everything was covered in that 4 stanza poem. And then I said, I wanted to be smarter than this machine. I said, do this in Hindi. A Hindi poem and also a Kannada poem was in front of me, another 20 seconds. So why I am trying to tell you is this. See, if I have hired a poet to write a poem about AICTE, he would have taken minimum 6 months to understand what it does, what is AICTE does. And then he has to pen it. This machine could do that in less than a minute. It is not just that. You see, today, these machines can compose a music, play the music through a robot, and also artistic source. All of you know artistic pictures. If you show a photograph, it will do an artistic sketch immediately in less than a minute. So these are the skills, that is poetic skills, musicians or skills, or artistic skills. We always have been told when we were young, at least to me, these skills cannot be acquired so easily. It has to come through your genes, your forefather or grandfather. Somebody has to be a musician or an artist. Or you have to slog with a guru 15-20 years and acquire these skills. But these machines have acquired it in 20-30 seconds. Maybe a lot of training has happened behind, okay, with all the data. But what is worrying is these skills are thought to be coming through your genes, and as a special creativity skills are also being taken over by these machines. That's the worry. So as you are all aware, we at AICTE look little, we came little early in these emerging technologies. Even when compared to IITs, I will tell you, some of the programs at AICTE before even I joined, they already started data science and AI much earlier, in 2017 itself. Robotics, and then augmented reality, virtual reality. I want to tell you, AICTE institution, approved institution, and developing curriculum and all that, we did it very, very early at AICTE. That's why today, more than 3,670 institutions across India, currently offering artificial intelligence, data science and cyber security courses. There are 222 diploma courses, 3,100 undergraduate programs, that is BTech in data science and artificial intelligence, or BTech in computer science and bracket data science and artificial intelligence, 334 postgraduate programs, and many specialized postgraduate certification programs have been done in this AI and data science. So look at the scale at which India is already, I was looking at the numbers, more than 20 lakhs with certificates from universities in data science are graduated and they're working everywhere in the world. And you could see that, recently Trump also selected an Indian undergraduate who did from SRM College as his advisor for artificial intelligence. And who are the people who are leading this AI? Google, Microsoft, both are headed by Indian diaspora. Okay, they're all both, one of them is IIT graduate, one of them is Manipal graduate. So what I'm trying to tell you is, AI, please understand, we have numbers. India is already recently yesterday, because today, Honorable Prime Minister is there in France on AI's conference. It is jointly hosted by France and India. Macron and Honorable Modi ji are co-chairing this event. And this subject is such a very sensitive subject has become, and what AICTE did is, before even all these we came to know, on 24th of December, I announced 2025 as the year of AI shaping the future of education, research, innovation and industry. This was done on 24th of December. That time, we didn't have even Trump as the president. And Trump had not declared that 500 billion investment in AI through Oracle and OpenAI. Many things have happened in the last 1.5 months. Many things. But I was very happy to tell you, when we declared, AICT declared 2025 as the year of AI, we did not keep quiet. We sent a letter to all the institutions, what activities you are doing. I'm very happy to tell you, more than 1,100 institutions sent us back the reply across the country. They have taken a pledge on AI affirmation pledge and reaffirming their commitment to integrating AI into curriculum, research and innovation ecosystems. And our vision at AICTE is built upon these institutions' efforts. That means we are now collectively working, just like what artificial intelligence model, large language models does, AICTE is doing through people. So there is a lot of similarity between what AICTE is working on AI, and today I will lend you these numbers, whatever I just quoted to you, highlight the growing acceptance and demand for AI education and immense potential that our students, because highly talented people, our students, you might be talking, there is no teachers, there is no laboratory, and these are 2nd and 3rd grade engineering colleges, but believe me, these are the people who have contributed to the growth of India. If you really want to become a Vikasit Bharat by 2045, this is the young generation can do it. And this is going to happen. This is a reality. This is no more a dream. Okay, this is no more a dream. This is a reality, because I just looked at the numbers. How many engineers AICTE colleges have graduated? Since 87, when we became a regulator, today we ourselves don't call ourselves regulator. I'm very friendly chairman, because earlier to meet AICTE chairman, college people know. It's very difficult to meet him. They have to take an appointment and go to Delhi and sit there and wait for hours. But I go to the institutions. So what I'm trying to tell you too, from 87 onwards, I counted more than 3 crore engineers India has produced, ladies and gentlemen. And today our engineers are omnipresent in every company of the world. And why global capability centers are created in Bangalore, Pune, Gurugram, Noida, Mumbai, many cities. Today already 2,000 companies are hiring in very large number our engineering graduates. But at the same time, there are media people also telling you, oh, there are no jobs, our students are not skilled. But I'm really perplexed and worried. See, when such large number of companies are coming and hiring, if our kids are not talented, they would not have coming here. So believe me, we have to change the narrative. Because today, if you go to ISRO, DRDO, or BARC, or even digital public infrastructure, what we have created to the whole world, are all done by the engineering or management graduate, our 2nd and 3rd grade colleges only. Not from IITs, because IIT numbers are very small, ladies and gentlemen. Till very recently, IITs only used to produce 5,000, 6,000 graduates per year. 15,000 we admit today. 15,000 from all the 23 IITs put together. AICTE approved colleges graduating engineers, 1.5 million engineers per year for last at least 15 to 18 years. So these are the numbers have changed India. India has become a force to reckon with. So major initiatives at AICTE we have taken this year is establishment of AI factory and an experience center at AICTE headquarters, so that our engineering colleges, particularly rural college, we wanted to invite. As I told you already, 1,100 institutions are doing a lot of activities in AI already. For them, they don't need guidance. They're already ahead of the curve. But there are institutions, because I have close to about, including BBA, BCA institution, 14,000 institutions take approval of AICTE every year. So all of them require some guidance and help. For that, we are going to develop a fully equipped XR lab for immersive experience with virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. Collaborative spaces for innovation and knowledge will be created. And AI hackathons and grand challenges will be conducted. See, all of you know AICTE for hackathons. Our Smart India hackathon last year, when we did, 300,000 students participated in the hackathon, and from 2017 onwards, these hackathons are happening continuously. So we are taking initiatives like Chai Pe Charcha on AI conversations at our institutions, panel discussions, AI-based startup showcase, best practices sharing platform, case study publications in our newsletter AICT Connect magazine. All will be brought out this year continuously to make everyone aware of AI's role and impact. So friends, we also in our book talked about Year of AI initiatives, which will be synonymous with what Mahakumbh is happening at Prayagraj. I just came back from there 3 days back. I took a dubki in the Sangam. You know, it's a mind-boggling experience. Okay, some of you have not gone there, try to go there. It's a mind-boggling experience where Ganges and Yamuna joins, and maybe also Saraswati is there, and our knowledge. And that Saraswati is bringing out augmented intelligence to the whole mankind. Friends, we need to do a lot of work together to take this AI penetration to your schools, education, skilling, reskilling, upskilling. In all these, we need to make aware of these programs. So we need to have startup exhibition, research paper presentation by the students and faculty, competitions. Otherwise, we will not be able to reach out to nook and corner of the country. So we have to do this through technology, because physically it's very difficult. So I urge everyone, every institute leader who is present here, to take this as a pledge and take in the institutions, conduct these programs. So this book, these two books, we have touched every topic, starting from, just give me a minute. Personal models. We haven't personal models. We haven't yet made one. We have to make one. Data is going to be the foundation of the artificial intelligence. AI systems rely on vast amounts of data to learn patterns, make predictions, and automate decision making. The more high quality data our models have, then the smarter and more accurate predictions will be. So AI transforms raw data into insights, driving innovations in healthcare, finance, business, and whatnot. You know, you can name it. Even in yoga, you can use it. So in essence, data fuels the artificial intelligence. And AI unlocks the value of data, shaping the future of technology and the society. The Road Ahead 2.0 book, what we have penned down, addresses all these issues and many areas, starting from beautician to very high-end technologies like quantum computing, quantum sensing, also been touched on, and space technology, defense technology, and then atomic energy technologies, and core engineering, civil, mechanical, electrical, how it's going to transform. AI is going to be omnipresent in every industry. Along with Industry 5.0, is going to be very, very already present in most of the industries. Auto industries are already utilizing these. So one has to make our young people to be ready to embrace, adopt to these technologies. So I call upon, as I told you earlier, AI will not replace jobs. People with knowledge of AI will replace people without knowledge of AI. So this is what we have to, so we have to make everybody knowledgeable in AI. Automatically this problem or the scare about, oh, AI is going to take away jobs, will be vanished. And that is where, being the youngest population of the world and largest young population for the world, and in an aging society of the world, and our engineers are going to be omnipresent in every company. As I told you earlier, we have already produced 3 crore with only 28.3 gross enrollment ratio in higher education. Our own national education policy emphasizes 50% GER by 2035, and as you know, we have achieved 100% GER already in 2015 itself in school education, elementary school education. So that means in 10 years, that means 2015 to 2025, those students will be coming to the 11th class. In another 2-3 years, large number of students are going to come to higher education and also skilling. This number needs to be handled by us very, very meticulously. It is not just impossible to create large number of universities. How many universities we have? 1,200 plus universities, 45,000 colleges with 4.33 crore children. But another 4 crore children comes in another 10 years to higher education. Can we build that in 10 years? Impossible. So we need to use technology. And that's where AI is going to be helping us. So with this brief remark, and our book, 2 books, addresses all these issues. There is 2 separate chapters on education. One on education management, on education learning, teaching, learning material. So all of this very, very pertinently and very lucidly we have addressed in these books. I hope that many of you will like it, take it with you. And why we came to S-VYASA, with that I will close this. Guruji is always an inspiration for me, because he was a professor at Indian Institute of Science, where I have served my 35 years. But he said at that time, he went to Harvard, he went to NASA and said, enough is enough engineering. I will do human engineering. He went to Kanyakumari and then came back and created this S-VYASA University, this is the second campus, ladies and gentlemen, for the new one, what you are saying. The first campus is 100 acres, which is 40 kilometers from here, Prashanti Kutiram. So you should all go there. They have a hospital, Ayurveda hospital, as well as, that yoga treatment, methodology, and a scientific analysis of that, and large number of research publication in very high-end journals have come. This is the only university which has a research focus on yogas and meditations adaptation to the real world problems. So with this, so why I am here, because with that appreciation, I thought our book should be released by none other than Guruji. When I asked him, he immediately agreed, and I would like to thank him for agreeing to release this book, Guruji. And with these my words, I think I will again thank every one of you who have assembled here for this important occasion of AI, which is going to transform. So elephant is here, ladies and gentlemen. We need to, cannot just be blind and only touch the tail and look at it. So you need to learn more and more about artificial intelligence. The time has come. We are going to, as a regulator, we are going to achieve this through integration into academics. So our curriculum is already being modified. Electrical engineering, we have done it, and we are doing it in other engineering departments where AI will be integrated into the curriculum in every subject. So with these few words, I thank once again. Namaskar, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Sitaram sir. It's my privilege to introduce an inspiring thought leader, strategist, and the co-author of the Road Ahead 2.0, Mr. Yogesh Kochar. Mr. Yogesh is an AI evangelist and a global advisor known for his contributions in the ESG, happiness studies, and education technology. With over 30 years of diverse experience across technology, strategy, corporate governance, and public policy, he has held leadership roles at Microsoft and advised governments, startups, and international institutions. A recipient of multiple global honors, including recognition at the British Parliament, he currently serves on the World Happiness Foundation alongside renowned figures like Philip Kotler and Tom Atkins. His work bridges technology, human well-being, and diplomacy, making him a key voice in AI's evolving role in shaping our future. Today, as we unveil the Road Ahead 2.0, let us welcome a leader who has spent a lifetime envisioning the intersection of AI, innovation, and humanity. Mr. Yogesh Kochar We are honored to have him with us today. Sir, we invite you to deliver the second author keynote address.
Good afternoon, everybody. Foremost, my pranams to Guruji and to my author, Professor Sitaram. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. My deepest respects also to Professor K. Subramaniam, Dr. Manjunath Sharma, Mr. Anish Antony, Dr. K. P. Gopalakrishna, Professor Sadagopan, who is really my mentor. I started my first project on happiness, which is what I've been working on in the last couple of years with him, under his guidance some 7 years ago. Dr. Kulkarni, Vice Chancellor, Reva University, and Dr. S.K. Saju. The experience of writing this book under the guidance of eminent Professor Sitaram ji, may I say, has been very overwhelming. I thought of writing this and structuring my version to keep it within the time frame of 10 minutes allotted to me, and I hope I should be able to do it. I might even tend to get a little emotional, so please suffer me, because it is a beautiful moment for me to be able to bring this book to fruition. Thank you, sir, for guiding me. Human mind. Not many of us would probably know that Professor Sitaram started off on the AI practice way back in 2008. He was mentoring PhD students in the year 2008 on artificial intelligence. So for me, it was a divine godsend that I got this opportunity to work with him. Human mind in America, I used to work for Microsoft, and we were talking about how to increase the market share. Some of my young friends out here, students out here will probably... So we were talking to professors and psychologists from the Yale University to say, hey, tell us something more about market psychology. How do we address the market psychology? How do we increase the market share? They said, forget about, there were two products that already existed. We gave them some structure and we conducted some trials, and the trials were successful. What were those two products? One was the short video reels that we keep flipping, right? You keep flipping these short video reels. The second was the emojis or the emoticons, I love you, RIP, so on and so forth. What you do not realize, young friends out here, is that every time you flip an image, that image actually flips your neurons in the head. Mind is neuroplastic and it can be trained. For instance, you train yourself to go from the place where you live to the place where you study, and you don't even know how you're driving, but you still get to reach because the mind has been trained, it's neuroplastic. Today, the neural switching in your mind is happening every 2 seconds, It's like saying you can either have a cake or eat it. You can't do both. So you're either eating your cake or you're actually holding it in your hand. So what's happening is that your mind has now been trained for 2 second switching, neural switching happening. The synapse is 2 seconds. And that's sort of the reason why yoga does not flourish in this country. Everybody in the world knows that yoga is the ultimate cure and is the ultimate life you can acquire is through yoga. In spite of the fact that we are the founders of yoga in this country, it is not good that we don't follow yoga. And why don't we follow yoga is because yoga practice requires a synapse that occurs every 30 minutes. So for the next 30 minutes time, you got to focus on your breathing. Now the mind has been subjected to this constant slicing, dicing and tossing of the head, which every 2 seconds you're doing this, you see, and that is why you're not able to do yoga. So you got to get away from the social media story, yeah. Your left side of the brain is the intelligent side of the brain, the right side of the brain is the emotional side of the brain. So what's happening also is this, that the short videos that you watch have no connection between the two. You flipping videos, the two videos don't have any connection with the preceding video and the succeeding video. When that doesn't happen, what happens is this, that you lose attention. And then you get used to losing attention. And then you cannot focus on anything that is presented to you for too long. You're only consuming, you're not creating. We need creators in this country. We do not need people that only consume. I'll give you a few statistics, interesting for you. India is about a $4 trillion economy which is growing at about 7% annually. So you would say same day, this year, next year, we'd probably be $280 billion stronger because that is the 7% of the $4 trillion that we are talking about. 90% of that money would probably go into infrastructure, which is cement, steel, concrete, FMCGs, hotels, airports, highways, and so on. Maybe 10% would be left aside for manpower or for human resource. 10% of $280 billion is $28 billion. $28 billion would again have to be split into two portions because there is already an existing manpower that is employed, so you would have to cater to their increments and so on and so forth. And then there are fresh graduates that are coming out year on year, 10 million graduates, 11 million graduates this country is producing. So $28 billion split into two is $14 billion. Now there is $14 billion available for these 11 million graduates that will come out of this country. Sir, if there are 11 million graduates and there is only about $14 billion available for each one of them, firstly, we all know that only 40% of these graduates are hireable, the balance 60% are not. Even if these 40% are hireable, and even if these 100% are hireable, every graduate's annual income would be no more than $1,100 per year. $1,100, which is 14 billion divided by about 11 million. You know, you're talking in the region of about $1,100 per year, which is what a rickshawala earns. Why? Because we do not create. Why don't we create? Because our minds have been trained for neural switching. So we've got to get away, and that was the purpose with which I had first approached Professor Sitaram, and we were talking about creating guardrails in the mind. You have to create guardrails in your mind. You have to stabilize your mind because your mind is a very mischievous fellow. It has the ability to step out of your body and go all over the world, but not allow you to do what you want to do. So you've got to get off this entire business of being on the mobile phone for 6+ hours a day, because all that it is doing is just doing your neural switching and enabling you to not understand what it is that you should understand. So that was the small thing. You know, look at America, for instance. We're talking about India becoming a Vishwaguru. Our entire market capitalization of this country is about $5.1 trillion. The market capitalization of Facebook alone is $1.8 trillion. How? Because $1.8 trillion comprises of 2.5 billion minds. 1 billion is India's contribution. If you look at the contribution of India alone to Facebook, Facebook is Facebook. Nearly $1 trillion of its market capitalization is owed to India. And if data is actually a commodity, we've also written to the Honorable Finance Minister, why should this commodity not be taxed if this commodity has to be taken out of this country without even our own knowledge? Professor Sitaram aptly referred to the cause of protecting data in this country, and we came up with a very interesting analogy. We said Desmond Tutu, who's a Nobel Prize laureate from Africa, he said when missionaries came to Africa, they had the Bible, we had the land. They said, wow, you have the land, let's shut our eyes and pray. So they said, well, we promptly shut our eyes and we started praying. Eventually, when we opened our eyes, we realized we had the Bible, but they had our land. That's exactly what's happening to you. Your mind share has been stolen. You are not capable. I'm sorry, I'll have to be a little blunt here. I come from Punjab, where our only culture is agriculture, so I don't have culture. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make here is this, that you'd have to understand that you need to protect your mind. If you do not build guardrails in your mind, you will be lost under this oncoming tsunami of AI. And it's a brilliant book. I would recommend it to universities, I would recommend it to colleges, I would recommend it, as a matter of fact, I would recommend it as a syllabus to each and every student of your university, sir, and to each and every person that can sort of lay their hands on it. And why? Because all it does is triggers imagination. This country, the biggest problem in our nation is this, that we are not an imaginative nation. We also have the burden of our own history and our mythology and so on, and that probably takes it away from us, unlike America, which is just about a 300, 400-year-old nation. So they don't have mythology, they don't have tradition, they don't have any of those things. We are a different ballgame. So I would urge all of you all to subscribe to the book, give it to each one of your students, trigger their minds. Identify opportunities, how can you create? I already explained to you that, there are not going to be enough jobs available in this country for you, looking at the GDP and how the GDP is structured. And if every person were to get a job, employment, you will only get an employment for about $1,100 a year. If you really want to succeed in this oncoming era, you would have to become job creators, and in order to become job creators, you would have to become imaginative. So those were the few points that I wanted to bring up to you. More from the book, and I thought I would read a portion or two from the book, and that is the tradition, and therefore I would like to do that, and I captured something here. Also on the value addition and how it is that the innovation suffers in this country. It's never occurred to us that potatoes are sold in your street for 14 rupees a kilo. Those same potatoes eventually get boxed in an Uncle Chips packet and get sold to you for 500 rupees a kilo. And how? Because every 50-gram package of Uncle Chips is 25 rupees. We don't understand this. We have to create value addition, and value addition will only come in through an AI lab. It will not come through running a VLSI lab or a mechanical engineering or an electrical engineering lab, because those are more like the limbs of a human being. But where is the human being? Right? The soul and the substance of AI is this, that it has become both sentient and sapient. It has intelligence and it has emotions. So if it has intelligence and if it has emotions, then recently Scientific American went ahead and judged it, and it said that the IQ of AI is today about 150. The IQ of Albert Einstein was 160. So you can imagine that our IQ, for all the people sitting here, you are much wiser than me, because I come from a land, like I said, that is agriculture, so no culture. But the point is, your IQ would still be probably 70 or 80, I'd probably be 40. So you have to understand that it has already taken a march over you. In order to be able to catch up, you'd have to get involved in AI, and the only opportunity that I see for all of you engineering graduates out here is this: get down to building AI tools. That's what you need to. Agentic AI is going to be the future. People are talking about some 10 billion agents that will rule this planet in the next 10 years time. I think of, and I must end my speech here, but I think of a very interesting scenario where an AI bot goes ahead and sets up a company in America, and it is possible, right? An AI agent is set up, it goes ahead and sets up a company in America, and then it starts trading in stocks and shares, and it becomes a billionaire. Now what it does is it goes to the politicians and says, how many billions do you want? I'll give you the billions, you give me your seat. So eventually the Parliament of America will be run by AI bots and by the AI agents, and these AI agents will determine our future. It might sound like a funny story, but I can tell you the future is scary unless we take it upon ourselves to be able to address the situation and become part of this holy evolution that is happening all around us. We have an opportunity, we have the education, we need to develop more AI labs in order that boys and girls can start getting used to it. And then as far as the reading from the book was concerned, we wrote a very interesting chapter on how is it that human being is going to become invincible. So how is it that a human being is going to become immortal? Immortality, ladies and gentlemen, is going to happen in 20 years. And I'm announcing it here. You'd probably catch me on the other side of the skies or the stars, but it'll happen. And how? Because a molecule called lake that can mimic the body's natural metabolic response to strenuous exercise and fasting has now been developed. The molecule brings the body into a metabolic state corresponding to running 10 kilometers at high speed on an empty stomach. All you have to do is just pop a pill. You're done. So you don't have to, all of us are willing, all those people that watch a lot of television shows and serials, etc. This is your chance to become couch potatoes and do nothing else in your life, and just pop a pill and you've run 10 kilometers, and that's what will happen. Then we are talking about humanity's quest for immortality, which is ancient, and we've referred to a few stories. We've given you a lot of stories and a lot of other illustrations about bits, atoms, and data, and how this sort of really interpolates and looks at some of those stories. We've brought in analogies, we brought in metaphors to make the book very, very interesting for you, how it will fight diseases. Imagine the human body as a grand cathedral with millions of bricks, beams, and stained glass windows. that have been weathered by time. Nanobots are like tiny watchmakers, meticulously repairing each crack in the stone and replacing worn out parts with new ones. They move through the bloodstream like maintenance workers on a grand railway, identifying damaged cells, clearing away debris, and restoring intricate machineries of life. Beyond simply repairing the body, AI opened the door to even a more radical possibility, such as uploading human consciousness. Your human consciousness will be uploaded by AI. Imagine the brain as a vast digital library, each neuron a book, each synapse a bookmark. AI acts as the ultimate librarian, cataloging every moment, thought, and emotion, converting the analog complexities of the mind into digital data. This data could theoretically be uploaded into the virtual world, where the essence of a person could continue to exist long after the body has decayed, but the body will not decay, because the nanobots will be brought in and will repair your heart. So it's like saying there is an old Greek story where it talks about a ship that got completely changed, because once they changed the plank, then they changed something else, then they changed something else. So the ship remained the same, but a whole bunch of other things came in. This is exactly what nanobots are going to do to you. So this is the collective intelligence that we are working on and working against. And I urge all of my young listeners out here to pay attention and realize that if you have a future, it is in the AI space. So please focus on that. And with those few words, I thank you very much. Thank you very much. Pranam, sir.
Thank you, sir. It's our utmost honor to introduce our visionary leader and a guiding force behind S-VYASA, Dr. H.R. Nagendra, our beloved Guruji, and the president of S-VYASA Society. A pioneer in the field of yoga and integrative education, Dr. Nagendra's contribution have been instrumental in bridging the gap between ancient wisdom and modern science. His leadership continues to inspire transformative initiatives in education, research, and holistic well-being. Guruji, we are truly honored to have you with us today. We humbly invite Guruji, along with Dr. K. Subramaniam, Chancellor of S-VYASA University, to kindly do the honor of releasing the book, The Road Ahead 2.0. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting The Road Ahead 2.0. Let's give a big, loud round of applause. Thank you, dignitaries. Thank you, dignitaries. I request the esteemed dignitaries to kindly occupy the seats in the front row as we proceed to the next segment of the program. We humbly request Guruji to share your invaluable insights with us.
Congratulations, Sitaramji, Kocharji, for the great work that you have done. My dear brothers and sisters, I was wondering how Sitaram, who is involved in administration of the ICT as the chairman, has been able to take out time to bring out such voluminous 700 pages books. So, should we congratulate him or place on record our grateful contribution that he has made for the field of artificial intelligence? And his beautiful speech and that of Kochar has brought out the 70 chapters through which AI can be used. And I had the good opportunity to go through that and write a foreword for this thing. And I was amazed to see what AI can do in future dimension. So in yoga, we have two dimensions. One is the knowledge, another is the practice. Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam, it is said. A person may have all the knowledge, but he might not have brought that knowledge to life to transform himself. So what is needed is AI provides all the knowledge that is needed for us to change ourselves, develop ourselves, become healthy, happier, blissful, and also make it an economic superpower for India and many other things. But can we use that knowledge to change ourselves, improve our health, develop our happiness, bring peace on earth? This all can happen when we use this knowledge to transform ourselves. So what is needed today is the application of this AI knowledge, which is so abundant and so fantastic, can be brought to change our lives. Education is the manifestation of perfection already in man, as it is said. Therefore, we have to see that in our education system, our children are made to learn and understand and use this AI not only to understand and develop, but also to change themselves to become great human beings, superhuman beings, divine human beings, and bring peace on earth. That is the goal. As our Honorable Prime Minister has given the direction in G20, we want to build one world family. And this can happen only when we all change ourselves to become greater human beings, move towards tamas to rajas, rajas to sattva, in which we contribute more and more to the society than what we receive. And we have a galaxy of such people who have assembled here today, in which they have been able to contribute to